Okay. What did WrestleMania 40 mean to you?
That was amazing. Hard to put into words, man. My biggest takeaway from that was walking onto the stage and just looking at a full house, the setup. I'm with my wife, everything her and I have been through. Me growing up as a kid, I got Akam and Razor next to me and I don't warm up to people very easily. They're like family to me now. We have the same sense of humor about stuff. Like Paul Ellering's next to me. Grew up watching Paul Ellering. Like, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, we finally made it. We finally did it. And it was such an uphill battle. And I'm so glad it was, because that made it even more like, wow, we really earned this. And I remember looking at my wife and like always going through the curtain. I'm like in character mode. I like hypnotize myself. Almost like, dare I say, possess myself to become somebody else for that performance, to bring the Kross character to life. For that one moment, I was just like, Kevin Keyser on the stage, looking at his wife, Elizabeth. I looked her right in the eyes and I just said, I love you. And I've never, ever done that, ever. And for me, that was the moment. Like, I wanted to take that in as me. I wanted to just have that brief second, just for me, and for her to remember. It was awesome. It was so, so awesome. And that's such an understatement. I wish I could find better words, but like, it really, like, especially after everything her and I together had been through too. Like, I remember getting a call from one of my relatives after the show. And he's like, you know, what happened to you when you got called up from NXT and when you went to Raw and they gave you the weird outfit and you got booked into Oblivion and then you got released and then you got called back. Now you just did WrestleMania. And he was like, you know how many people would have folded from that? You should wear that period in time of your career as a badge of honor to like virtually have been sabotaged and driven off. You knew what you were doing and you just went back to the indies and you got over and you got called back and then you did WrestleMania. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen to people. They like, and I never looked at it that way. I remember, I don't even know if I went to bed that night. I was in such a good place after the show, and I had my mom and dad in the crowd. It was a really, really, really good day.
The fact that all of that stuff's going on and you were able to be present in that moment, that's pretty incredible. Because it'd be easy to get overwhelmed with, okay, I've got to hit this mark and I've got to do this thing and I've got to get to the ring and then I've got to remember the match. You were able to be present in that moment and take it in and be grateful for that moment. And also, from what you're saying, grateful for everything that had happened before to lead you to this moment.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just so grateful. I really, really was. And again, I just, it's such a great thing when everything goes your way. When somebody passes you the golden ticket and they say, proceed forward, everything is laid out, everything is working for you, and everything just clicks. But I've always also been kind of terrified of that because I won't know once it's all said and done if it really earned whatever it is that it's being given to me. Was it just completely situational? Was it because I knew somebody? Was it because I don't know. I have a relative, or I've always wanted the hard road subconsciously. Even before wrestling, I was always like, I want to do things in order, you know? I really felt like I earned it that night to be on that show. Of all the people that get involved with professional wrestling, not even just WWE, but professional wrestling that want to be on WrestleMania. So like, what is it, 1% of people, maybe even less, even do a WrestleMania show? I was able to do that. I was able to travel the world on the way there with my wife. A lot of people don't get to do that. families are at home. So all of it was just very serendipitous, and I'm very grateful, I guess.